Hello there, Tony Linus with the October 15 Australian Market Report for ABN Newswire. And the Dow Index breaks 10,000 points. Overnight, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above 10,000 points for the first time in a year, as investors were encouraged by the better-than-expected earnings from Intel and JPMorgan Chase. The gains in the stock market were also helped by the positive September US retail sales data, which could be a further confirmation of a recovery. The Australian shares continued to rally yesterday, boosted by upbeat consumer confidence. The benchmark S&P ASX 200 index was up 45.4 points, or 0.95%, and hit a 12-month high to 4,831.1 points. The broader All Ordinaries added 44.2 points, or 0.92%, to 4,834. Moving to key economic facts and figures now. The RBA today is due to release its October Bulletin. The Melbourne Institute will unveil its survey of consumer inflationary expectations for October and will issue its survey of consumer unemployment expectations for October with Westpac. Turning to mergers and acquisition news now. And the Board of Mineral Resources Limited has resolved to increase the offer consideration for all of the shares in Polaris Metals. Mineral Resources will now be offering one MRL share for every 12 Polaris shares and 5 cents cash per Polaris share. The increased share offer represents a premium of 118% to the closing price of Polaris shares on the trading day prior to the announcement of the offer in August. Polaris board considers now the improved MRL offer to be superior to the offer proposed by Lion Asia Resources. Now, important corporate news. Ansell yesterday upgraded its profit guidance that earnings per share for the 2009-2010 financial year are to trend toward the top end of its guidance range of 56 US cents to 62 US cents per share. Trading results for the first quarter of the 2009-2010 financial year had exceeded expectations, primarily due to foreign currency strengthening against the US dollar, higher sales of occupational and professional gloves, and tight cost controls. Oz Minerals has lowered the upper range of its guidance for full-year copper output from its prominent Hill mine in South Australia. The company says it now expects copper output of between 85,000 and 90,000 tonnes for the year, compared to previous guidance between 85,000 and 100,000 tonnes. Malachite Resources says it has formed a strategic alliance with privately owned Chinese-Australian investment group known as Nanyang Mining Resources. Nanyang will subscribe for 50 million fully paid shares in Malachite and receive 7.5 million options to purchase additional shares over a price of 11 cents Australian over the next 3 years and nominate a director for Malachite. The Bank of Queensland says its net profit was up about 2% to $141.1 million Australian in the year to August 31, compared to $138.7 million Australian the year before. The Bank of Queensland declared a final dividend of 26 cents fully franked, down from 38 cents fully franked in 2008. The Bank of Queensland expects bad debts to peak in the coming financial year, but the bank says its losses to date are still tracking well below its larger competitors. Conquest Mining has unveiled plans to raise $65 million Australian through the issue of new shares to develop its Silver Hill Gold project. A placement of 80.6 million shares to institutional and sophisticated investors at 62 Australian cents each will raise $50 million Australian, while a share purchase plan for existing shareholders at the same price will raise a further $15 million Australian. Well, I'm Tony Linus, and this has been the October 15 Australian Market Report for ABN Newswire.